Hi, I'd like to talk a little bit about why I wore my pronoun pin last summer. Some of you may have noticed that I was wearing a pin that looks sort of like this. It states that my pronouns are he and him. Um, Previous to last season, I had been already using pronouns in my email to make it easier for people to use a pronoun for me when talking about me. But also, I wanted to normalize the use of pronouns in emails because some people's gender is not easily identified by looking at them or by reading their name. Um, and I just wanted to state that I'm an ally to folks who are having difficulty when people use incorrect pronouns when speaking of them. But last year, I was working with a seasonal employee whose gender wasn't easily assumed by looking at them or through their name, um, and it made me think, well, what makes it easily assumable to assume that I am a man and I use he and him? Um, I have other friends in my past who look like me, have a beard, and don't use the he, him. They use the they pronoun for themselves because they don't identify with the male gender. Um, so the person who I was working with wore a pin that said they, them, and when speaking of them in conversation, I was compelled to use the they, them pronouns because that's the pronouns they identify with. And then I got to thinking, if this person has to wear a pin so that people don't assume incorrectly about their gender, why don't I have to wear that pin? Um, so I wore that pin and I continue to wear that pin whenever I'm dealing with people I don't know. Whenever I'm dealing with the public, I try to wear that pin. Another good reason to wear the pin not to just support the individual who I was working with, but also to state that in my life and in my work, I have a welcoming and supportive approach to the way I deal with people. I wanted to show that I'm an ally to people who of all identities, and I'm a person that they can trust, and they will know that I'll support them in whatever their needs are. This pin is just a way to say that I'm open-minded. I'm here. I'm not going to judge you, and we can talk about what we need to talk about with identity politics aside. Hopefully, this helps explain why I wear the pin and might encourage you to wear the pin to support folks whose gender isn't easily assumed, and also to show that maybe we shouldn't be assuming people's gender based on their name or the way they look.